Welcome to the Stretford Enders. United lose 3-1. Me, we didn't really get started at all in that game against Aston Villa this afternoon. I thought they were the better. Aston Villa were the better team this afternoon. I got the complaints about the results at all, and I think we didn't we didn't start the day. We didn't start the game fantastic in that first half. I thought we could have started the game a lot better than we actually did. But Arsenal, they scored the first early goal. They scored the first goal, and I thought after that I thought hopefully it push us on. Hopefully we would see some kind of response from this United team after we went 1-0 down. That didn't happen, and then we went 2-0 down. And then, as thoughts at the back of my mind, was thoughts of the Brentford game. I was thinking, is this going to be Brentford all over again? I think the last 15 minutes of the first half, we did get hope. We started playing. We started to create a few chances. The last 15 minutes of that first half, we scored just before half time. Heavily deflected shot from Luke Shaw. That was gone down as an own goal. But apart from that, I can't think of too many times where we tested the Aston Villa goalkeeper. So Garvin's put it's a dreadful performance. Yeah, it wasn't great to watch. I mean, when you look at the team that we put out, we got players missing today. We got Anthony missing. There's no Jadon Sancho. There's no Bruno Fernandes. But you still expect that team to go out there this afternoon and put some kind put in some kind of performance. I think we struggled with the way that Aston Villa set up this afternoon. You could see in the first half with their high pressing. I think United really struggled to cope with that this afternoon. I think they struggled with the way that Aston Villa set up tactically. I think there was a lot of players out on our pitch for United this afternoon that looked lost out there and wasn't quite sure what to do. I think Ronaldo had a really quiet game. He had very little impact. Didn't put hardly any impact in the game for United this afternoon. Didn't happen for Donny van der Beek again this afternoon. He's been given 2 opportunities to show Ten Hag what he can do, and a lot of people say he played well for the first hour on Thursday against Real Sociedad, but for me, he hasn't played well at all. I think we are. I think we are lacking that number. I think we're lacking. I think we're lacking somebody that can come in and do a lot better in the final thirds, in the final third of the pitch for United. I think that's something that we're seriously lacking at the moment. And Gavin said Donny's not up for the job. I agree. I agree with you there, Gavin. I think he's had a few opportunities to come into. He's had a few opportunities now to come into the team and prove what he can do for United. For some reason that he hasn't taken those chances. What it was. At the moment we have got no other options in this Manchester United team. We got a few players out. I think we needed players like Jadon Sancho, Bruno, and Anthony in this game this afternoon. I thought before the game I knew it wasn't going to be an easy game. A new manager for for Aston Villa. You know, the fans would have been up for it. But from the get-go, you know, they were on top. Like I said, you know, we struggled to deal with them with their high pressing. We struggled to deal with the formation that they set up with today. We never really, you know, it just never really happened for us. I'm disappointed that we lost the game today, but I think what we all seem to remember before today, you know, it was we were undefeated in 9 games, and I think the one thing that annoys me is that you know, at full time this afternoon is some so-called United fan coming up and saying Erik ten Hag's not fit for the job. He needs to be sacked. He's no better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, I don't know where he's getting this information from, because you know, before today, I think we could definitely see signs of improvement. I think, when we're missing key players such as Bruno, Anthony, Jadon Sancho, I think there are issues there. I think when you look at our squad, I think we're very limited on who we can bring on. You know, there was comments before the game, you know, United fans saying, "Oh, why is Donny starting again?" I mean, if you look at the squads before the games, then you would know that, you know, that Erik ten Hag has been limited, you know, with players the last couple of games. And I think if there was other players fit over the last couple of games, then I don't think Donny van de Beek would have been playing on Thursday, and I don't think he would have started this afternoon against Aston Villa. But unfortunately, you know, we've picked up a few injuries, and it's left us a bit short across. It's left us a bit short. But going back to the people coming up to say that, you know, Erik ten Hag, he's not fit. He's not good enough to be Manchester United manager. You know, before today we were 9 games unbeaten in all competitions. You know, in essence, the heavy defeat against Man City. You know, our first goal that we conceded against Aston Villa this afternoon, I think that was the first goal that we conceded in open play since early October. So I think that just shows that there are improvements happening in this Manchester United team. But it's going to take time. You know, we can't expect miracles overnight. But I think the fact that we, you know, undefeated in 9 before today's game, I think that's a huge positive. I think, you know, we got to look at that as United fans. I think we got to look at that as a massive positive. You know, when you look at where we were, you know, definitely towards the back end of last season, where the club was falling apart, and we looked a broken club, and nothing was happening for us. And you know, Erik ten Hag, he's come in and he's signed a few players, and he's got us playing a different style of football. You know, I think, you know, in the first half, when Aston Villa were high pressing and they were on top, I think, you know, maybe ten Hag should have changed it. But I think, you know, there was a few players that didn't quite turn up today. You know, Rashford didn't turn up. Whether that was, you know, was that down to the fact where the position he was asked to play, he was asked to be played today. You know, is no excuse. But you know, I think it's definitely, you know, it is a worry. Where we've played, you know, we have played some really good football for large parts of the season, but I think the last couple of games on Thursday, a lot of people say, yeah, we won the game. There's nothing to complain about on Thursday. But you know, we weren't that great on Thursday, and we just didn't turn up today. So I think, you know, is there a bit of a concern now where there's a bit of inconsistency that's starting to creep in the squads. Maybe there is a lot of tiredness as well, where there's so many players who've been asked to play a large amount of games in a short space of time. We play again. We're playing Aston. We play again in a few days. We've got Aston Villa again on Thursday in the Carabao Cup. You would expect Ten Hag to make changes in that game on Thursday against Aston Villa on the cup side. I think we can't afford any more. We can't afford to pick up any more injuries. We've already got a few players out. So let me know in your live chat what you thought. About certain individual players this afternoon. Whether you think they players like Don van de Beek. What were your thoughts on Marcus Rashford this afternoon? I think Martinez for me. I think he was the main stand-up player defensively this afternoon. We conceded 3 goals, but I think at certain points in that game, it could have been a lot worse. I was a bit disappointed with Luke Shaw this afternoon. I thought Delo played okay, but apart from that, we can't take that many positives from the game this afternoon. These things happen. It's not the end of the world. Like say, we were 9 games undefeated before. This afternoon we are gonna have times where we go on a really good run, and then we'll hit a brick wall and we'll lose again, like we have this afternoon. But I think it's important that the players keep on, pick themselves up after the defeat this afternoon, and we got 2 more games before the World Cup break. So it'd be good to win those. So it would be good to win those 2 games. Be good to win those 2 games before the World Cup break. So I'm going to be live on the channel on Thursday doing a live watch along for the Aston Villa game in the Carabao Cup. So make sure you tune on Thursday and give the live watch along a watch. Thank you all for watching the match reaction this afternoon. Smash like on the video if you've enjoyed watching. Also share the match reaction video as well. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.